doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L Podcast.
Hopefully we're in those today. Rocking and rolling. Jay, what's happening?
What's good with you, brother?
Back in the building.
Yes, sir.
How viral did we go last time you were here?
Pretty
We
pretty
went
viral.
viral, son. Multiple platforms reposting your clip. You were basically saying, like, a woman that really loves you will do whatever.
For sure.
You don't got to work. And you're right, because I'm in a relationship now, and
It's been working.
the ball's being sucked. I'm not going to lie to you the way I like it. What's been new with you, man? What's been happening? I see you just, you were doing a video shoot with Jerry PhD.
Yeah.
Very rare to get him aboard to do a project, and
sure.
it usually comes out phenomenal. What
He
was up with you and
doing my
Jerry?
whole project, actually.
For real, he's doing everything?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Talk about, you guys have worked together, obviously, in the past
Yeah.
before. Talk about this new project you guys are working on.
So I got my, it's not a release date or nothing like that, but I got a project coming out called I Am Not Who I Was.
I'm not who I was.
So, really just, pre-rolling it up right now, getting the singles pushed out. I got the first single we're going to release one called Book Bag Kid.
Mm.
Yeah, and we just shot the other record with Vezo last night, too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. We ain't got a name for that song yet, but
For sure.
it's hard as fuck.
Can you pull that microphone in a little bit more? You just drag it in. So this new project you got coming out, I'm certain that the name means something. What's the meaning and message behind the title of the tape?
Really, the music shit been changing me a lot. Like, it's been bringing a different side out of me. It's been forcing me to kind of be different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so used to living the way, you know what I'm saying? Just being on my own, doing everything on my own. Then me being put in certain situations, now it's like, I feel like I ain't who I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't move the same, I don't think the same. Like, the shit just been bringing a different side out of me for real. But
When you're talking about this, are you talking about artistry and specifics and
just everything in general, like, even throughout life, you know what I'm saying? Like, more of the artist side, because it's been, like, challenging me. You know what I'm saying? Like, people I've been working with, like, they just do the song this way or, write about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to basically develop me, like artist development.
Yeah.
And all that's new to me. You know what I'm saying? So
Who's trying to do this artist development with you?
just the label period. Everybody who I work with. Not like trying to change me, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not good or something. It's just, just to make sure we delivering the right way. You know what I'm saying? We ain't coming how we usually come. It's like it's full court press right now. So
When you talk about development, just give these young cats insight into artist development. Is it kind of like escalating into professionalism a little bit more?
yeah.
And just like
definitely.
honing the craft more, or what do they mainly focus on?
Being more professional in a way, because at the same time, everybody could do the little bubblegum rapping, but like as far as making real songs, like keeping the hook to 4 to 8 bars or, making sure that your verse ain't going too long, shit like that. Because if you look at a lot of my previous music, that's how I used to do it. I ain't know how to format a song, or at least I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like a nigga, I know it's too long, but it's like, shit, I got a lot of shit I want to say, so I'm going to just put it out, but just everything. Then you got the business part. Like we was talking about that the last time. That's the most difficult part. And if you don't got that shit together, then it ain't worth it.
Talk about the label a little bit, man. Just refresh everybody's memory on that.
Phantom Music,
And how has it been going thus far?
great.
Have you been seeing a change in your audience's reception to you, and are you seeing a new audience emerge?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, not only because my label is based out of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I live at or whatever. So I've been like kind of tapping into that market. You know what I'm saying? Trying to grab audience from out there and everything, performing and all of that kind of shit. Not just trying to be so focused out of where I'm from. Trying to get out that bubble or whatever. But
Since you've been away from Detroit for a little while, like just living here, has your mindset or anything changed as far as easefulness or anything like that? Do you feel like living here made you feel a little more tense?
I mean, not really. Because, a nigga just used to that certain, like, you gonna, try to be safe or live with a wall up against a lot of shit just for your own reasons to protect yourself. That's in anywhere. I don't give a fuck if a nigga move to goddamn the Hidden Hills in LA or some shit. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? But it's definitely a little more peaceful, I should say.
Yeah. So you just worked with Vezo.
Yeah.
You and him yesterday. Talk about other collaborations you got going on with this tape.
So we got Quavo. That's still a process though.
Quavo?
Yeah.
Cool.
Got motherfucking who's some other artists? We got Quavo, Jimbo World, LPB Pootie. what the fuck her name, Seven Streeter or Savon Streeter, however you pronounce her name. That about it for right now.
How'd you guys get in contact with Quavo?
Through one of my the producers who I used to work with down here. He ended up flying to Florida and just linked up with me at the studio, and then he already had the record. And he was like, you know, we could do something with it. Cause like, I guess he owned a record or some shit like that. And he was just willing to go ahead and give it to me. He liked what I did with it.
Let's get this point to everybody, because we were just having some discussions earlier on the live yesterday and today about how outsiders see Detroit music, right? Mm-hmm. How does Miami perceive, how does Florida perceive Detroit music? Who do they look at from when you talk around? Do they know the underground, or do they focus on the mainstream?
Ain't gonna lie, everybody in Florida who fuck with Detroit, they love Rio, Babyface, and Vezo. That's the main three names. Like you, and if somebody is hip to somebody else, it's like they damn near gotta be from here, or like they fuck with people from here. They love the music though. Like everywhere I go, they love Detroit music. You know, I don't think it's a person who don't like Detroit music. They kind of look at it as like shit talking.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's how everybody explained it to me.
So Rio's like taking over everywhere.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
His name is flying over it. I mean, he's obviously a Flint cat, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's it been like just to experience both sides of listening to what's happening over there? Are you appreciating the sounds that come out of Florida as much as you did in Detroit?
100%. 100%. It don't do nothing but just add to, you know, everything a nigga got going on. Like I like soaking up shit from everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to make it make sense for me.
When you're saying you're evolving, it sounds like you're talking about evolving and kind of leaving that past life or mindset and that process behind. Talk about that gradual transformation. Was there a certain point where it happened where you realized you were kind of elevating?
I mean, I feel like it all start with the mind. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You got to want to elevate yourself before you do. You know what I'm saying? It don't really work like that. You can't skip the process. I tried doing that too. Shit wasn't never working. Yeah, shit wasn't never working. Try to take a short way out. Was there like a specific day or a moment that you realized, like, yo, it's time to kind of move on from whatever lifestyle or thought process you were living in? Yeah, after failing so many times. That's why you just got to get up and keep trying, I guess. I don't really. I be telling my little brother that, like, stop trying to skip the process, because once you fail, like, it's only gonna start you from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? If you do it right, it lasts longer. And ever since I've been following the same model, that's the only time it's been prevailing for me.
Right, like people are so afraid to fail, right, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, they do everything.
You got to be okay with embarrassment. That's kind of what it is. Motherfuckers be afraid to say, oh, I failed. So if you try and you just keep, you know what I'm saying, keep getting up, it's going to work. Yeah, the ego's like so powerful, bro. Like, you do everything not to look weak or to look lame. Mm-hmm. But, like, look at a lot of people that took that chance to just be like, I'm going to be myself. I don't give a damn what anybody says, and how far they went. Versus everybody who restricted themselves just to, like, portray a certain image that everybody else is used to, right? It's kind of like that fake it to make it, saying that, you know, how they be saying that shit. Yeah. I tried that too. I feel like everybody try to, you know, especially in this entertainment business, but like I say, you do it right the first time, it lasts longer. Classical is more better than being trendy. Have you been investing or getting involved in entrepreneurship, or are you just fully focused on music right now? I'm fully focused on music right now. Like, I got other ideas and shit that I want to do, but I feel like you got to be all in. You can't be one for them, one for that. Like, it need my undivided attention right now. Yeah. So just staying focused on one thing at a time. That's good, bro. It's good to hear that. Jerry, PhD, man, shooting legendary videos as usual. What are you going to Jerry because he's one of the best to do it in Michigan, or do you guys have something, a connection or something, or understanding while shooting these videos? Shit, both. He is the best. He the best in my eyes. I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to discredit none of the other videographers from here though, because we got a lot of talent in the city as far as, you know, videography, photography, all that shit. I feel like we got some of the best. But I don't know, man. Jerry just make it. He just make it like a movie. Like, you ain't got to tell him nothing. You know what I'm saying? He hit a record and he kind of just, he know what to do from there. Yeah. Your job is just to rap in front of the camera. You got a chance to hop on the radar, right? Mm-hmm. And they're taking off too. I don't know where that came from, but they're taking the hell off. Yeah. What's that experience like being on that? It was good. It was a hell of an experience for me because I ain't never really did like no freestyling on the camera type shit. It's always been like when I be with my niggas fucking around. Yeah. I was kind of nervous. I think people could tell in that video. I didn't look at you. I had a bad day overall though before I did that, so it was kind of, you know, the mood wasn't right for me. I just went in there and still wanted to deliver. I didn't want to make no excuses for it, but we about to double back, go ahead and redo that just so I could
You're gonna do another one. You notice there's all these different types of things you can do now, like back at the class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Auntie's house. Everybody's doing something different, man.
For
There's
sure.
so much going on.
I'm gonna do all that.
Yeah, just
I wanna-
hopping on all these media outlets and just keep circulating yourself. With the music that's coming out now, are you feeling that Florida is, responding to you more, or is Detroit a majority of where your fan base is coming from right now?
I
Still?
mean, I got a lot of relationships in Florida
yeah,
that, like, they promote me on their platforms and shit like that, and it's like, I ain't really even had to drop no music. I ain't dropped music in a while.
yeah.
The last thing I dropped, I want to say it was the Do the Most or some shit like that. Or was it Do the Most? It was one of them. But just like off the old shit, like versus the people I'm fucking with them on an everyday basis. So when the people see that, and that just draw them to me because it's showing my personality more than the music. Like that's the kind of people I got engaging with me right now.
Yeah.
So me getting more open on social media is kind of something that I'm trying to take more serious. I ain't never did that before. Like I don't get on live talking on, you know what I'm saying? I be trying to stay away from the people actually seeing too much. Motherfuckers get the feeling like you're just so accessible because you're talking to them all day, every day.
Yeah, it's hard to figure it out, right? The mystique element.
Mm-hmm.
There's some artists that the mystique element really sells, but then there's some guys you'll see are on live all day and just posting all day, and they're successful too.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to know which route to take.
I feel like you got to get to a point to do that though.
Hmm.
Like you got to be like solidified already. You know what I'm saying? Like you already got to get up to the point where people actually want that from you.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers get to doing it too much. It's like, man, this nigga talking my head off. That's how I be feeling about it when I see certain people.
Yeah, or sometimes people are trying to portray like they're already a famous image when they're not famous. That shit's been killing me more than anything.
Yeah.
Even in their music videos, like the way they dress, the way they act, the way they sing, and the way they rap, I'm like, man, can you just slow it down, son? Like, we know you're not there yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. The fake it till you make it thing is kind of killing me because I can tell.
No, for sure.
I think it's just because I watch so much music that I'm like, I see
But
it
we
now.
had that conversation last time. I was trying to say, you rapping about this, but it don't show it. And I ain't gonna lie, I had to goddamn understand that coming up because sometimes I might actually have it or be on some shit, but it just don't be the right time. Like I've went through a lot of shit. I ain't got that no more. So by the time the song come out, I can't even, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes I don't really try to judge people because music is music. It's entertainment.
It is, man. I don't know if this is 100% true, but I've seen it on Instagram, so it's probably true.
Yeah.
But Fat Joe said that 90% of the music he's made throughout his entire career was cap.
I seen that post.
You seen that? You think that was real? It probably is real. Fat Joe.
I mean, Fat Joe, yeah, probably. There's a lot of rappers like that.
Yeah.
So you got the football player, Ocho Cinco, whatever his name is. Nigga say he ain't never bought a piece of real jewelry his whole time being
Oh my
rich.
goodness. He confirmed that? He was on the internet just like, I haven't really
He
done
still
shit.
buy fake shit. He said it. Like, what the fuck I go?
What was his reason behind buying fake jewelry?
I guess I think he said because I could get the same look and spend less money. Like he said something like, why go spend $100,000 on some earrings? I go to Claire's and get the same shit for $10 or some shit.
Look, man, let me tell you something, right? All right, everybody knows show business is show business. You make money in any way you can.
Yeah.
If I'm going broke trying to look sweet for y'all right now, me, Kid L, I can't imagine what you rappers are doing and how much you're spending to look sweet. Because look, I got the Debo Scotty fit. You know what I'm saying? This is not exactly, this is good pricing
It's hard,
stuff,
though.
but I'm going broke out here, bro.
No,
You guys are rocking chains and I don't know what brand this is, but I know it costs more than my car. So I'm saying, like, you guys
this my
must
homie,
be going broke.
This my homie shit, man. He from my hood, bad plotter. So I actually got this last night when we were shooting the scene. I stole it from him, if we're being honest.
You jacked the whole fit?
Yeah, because he had it sitting over there in the little container shit. I just went over there and grabbed it, gave it to my girl.
So you just took everything.
Told her pocket it, yeah.
And then you got this fur jacket on, or
Yeah.
looks like to be fur.
It was a little Mary jacket.
That's Mary?
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, that's
It ain't
cool.
expensive though.
Like, it just costs so much to be a rapper.
You got some new white ones on though.
You feel me, man? I just got
You
these.
leveled up, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, thank you. I'm working on getting some Timberlands.
You still got them bitches tied up like a muff.
Yeah, you feel me? But I think, you know what's crazy? When I'm at the mall, I'll have like a hood on, and then
Yeah.
people will be like, I recognize you from the
From the
shoes.
shoes.
I'm like, oh, shit. But I'm trying to get Timberlands because I was wondering why you guys were rocking Timberlands for so long, and now I realize it adds like 4 inches to your height. So now I'm like really excited about getting some Timberlands. Like, I want that now.
No, man. I always feel like that was just like a Detroit nigga swag.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I told my homie that when we came down here. I said, man, all the designer shit cool. I might just come to Tim's. You know, wintertime, that's all we do.
Somebody said that today. They said, you guys are dressing in $3,000 outfits. Meanwhile, some guy in a wife beater and Tim's is taking your girl from
hoe
you.
in some Tim's, man. I'm telling you, Wesley Pipes. That's who I grew up looking up to.
What do you think it is about women when they just see that normal doughboy look and they're just like, fuck it?
Bitches love a nigga who look like he into some shit. They love it. They love a gangster. For real. Females done told me that.
The danger aspect of it?
It's like they'll know a nigga ain't shit, but it's like that's who they want. Like he just look like he bad for her, but she want him.
I read some psychological reasoning behind it. When women settle for guys that they know aren't really doing anything with their lives, it makes the woman feel like they don't have to overachieve either. So they kind of like are like, I don't want to find somebody that's doing too much because then I got to do more, right?
You know, that's real. Most females, I'm not gonna say most females, I take that back, but a lot of females, they get intimidated because they know that they don't have nothing to bring to the table versus just cooking in some pussy. A lot of females could do that. You ain't really, you know, you gotta come with more than that.
I mean,
sometimes cooking's optional too. Shit.
Yeah, I said, bitch, I go to the restaurant.
Chappelle said that a while ago. He's like, if pussy was a stock, it would be plummeting right now. It's
telling you.
like all over the
My
place.
mama could cook.
Uh,
Lotion in the bathroom, bitch. You know.
yeah.
What it is.
Yeah, so it is interesting to see where dating is going, especially because, you know, the feminist movement is pushing forward towards like independent, like they're pushing towards, you know, we want to be independent, we want to make our own money, we want to be like leaders, and they deserve every right of it.
For sure.
So now a man has to look at that and be like, okay, is that the type of woman I want? Do I want a woman who's all in control of her finances and really just like headstrong, or do I want somebody who's just at home, chilling, cooking, watching the kids, and taking care of everything?
Having a housewife cool though.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gotta worry about too much unless she's gonna have a nigga in y'all crib. You know. But I don't never try to make a bitch feel like that. Like, don't be a housewife with me. I don't want a bitch to feel like, oh, I just got in the crib. Like, even though a bitch ain't gotta do nothing with me, you ain't just gotta be at the crib like that. Cause then the bitch get depressed, feel like she ain't, you know what I'm saying? Now you come home, it's an issue. You go out to have fun, she feel like, damn, I don't never have fun. I didn't experience that before.
Like if they don't have something to do, then
A
it's
bitch can have something to do, but sometimes you got females who just rather be a housewife.
you gotta start saying females, man. We keep saying bitch. I'm gonna get.
It's a habit, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean it in no disrespectful way. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying it so we can get this shit on Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Make sure
yeah.
they don't block it.
Hey, when they had shared the one post, you know how when they was bleeping out the bit word that I was saying? Where they did that shit like 50 times. I'm like, damn, I really said that much?
Yeah. It is an interesting conversation, right? I had a cousin who said that. He's like, I don't want my wife to work. I want her to stay home. But then I was like, bro, but like if she's home all day and she's bored and Instagram's popping,
Yeah.
you know, there's always that slight chance that she might be that bored. You know?
What was the artist that had said that? Somebody said something like, I think it was Boosie, where he say, you know, back then your bitch ain't had, oh my bad, your female ain't had that access to too many guys. Now she open the phone, it's a million of them. That made a lot of sense to me. You gotta. I'd rather a chick go to the club, you know what I'm saying? Stay off the phone.
But it's so confusing because you feel like as a man that like a bad girl is gonna go outside and like get hit on at least 20 times a day.
Yeah.
Well, what's the intrigue
See,
of the
nigga-
Instagram?
Dudes can't have that kind of mindset though. Like, don't be insecure. Cause you supposed to love the fact that you got a female that niggas want to look at. I don't want no female, ain't no niggas looking at my. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't looking at it, I ain't got nothing. I need some bad shit.
You don't feel offended if a guy's staring like at your woman like when you're
Nah,
walking.
if I catch a nigga, like if I'm with my lady and I catch a nigga staring, yeah, I'm gonna be offended because I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Does he get like a 2-second rule?
of course you could look at the ass when she walk past. That's we niggas, you know what I'm saying? You trying to get my bitch attention, like you all in the eyes with it. Every time she look your way, I peep you. Like, nah,
Yeah.
you see me with her, fam. Like,
It's like you get one glance, right?
yeah.
Maybe a double take if she's really
you
rocking
get,
it.
you get about a good 1-2 looks.
Yeah. I always think about that. Like, is this dude offended that I just like eyed down his girl? But you know what I'm saying? But then,
I be catching myself doing it too though.
what?
Like staring at a nigga chick.
Yeah. Cause you want to be like, who did you get, you ugly ass motherfucker? Like, how did you get this motherfucking badass girl?
I used to think like that all the time. Like, bro, what? It gotta be a different kind of nigga. For like, if it's something real bad, I be like, it gotta be a different nigga if he fucking on that. Like, you know, unless she just like some scrub ass niggas. But you be surprised. It be the baddest chicks who will tell you like, oh, my ex was fucking lame and blah blah blah. I was only with him because I loved him the whole time. It's like, I know you was cheating on him.
Oh, for sure.
Hey,
Oh yeah, it's bullet vision.
my bad.
How much longer are you gonna be in Detroit? What's the run like over here? Are you almost finished up over here working?
Yeah,
in?
we're gonna finish the scenes with me and Vezo today.
Oh,
What
cool.
we supposed to. And then I got a flight in the morning. I gotta go back to Florida, do another interview. Then I gotta go to Portland, Boston, Connecticut, and like New York or some shit like that.
Are you just more just media runs and
Yeah.
everything like that, press runs and everything? That's pretty cool, man. Not a lot of
Yeah.
people are willing to go from city to city to city to do this. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, a lot of people was trying to tell me like I was too early, you ain't at that stage, but it's like I'd rather put the groundwork in, like no matter how many times I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? Because some feedback is better than no feedback,
yeah.
and you got to get that engagement. You got to let people actually know that you want it.
As a part two, it's like let's figure out if this is working or not.
Yeah,
too. Like
definitely.
let's tap in every city and figure out like what's happening.
Definitely.
When you look at your analytics, do you see these cities that you're tapping into, or are you just assuming?
Yeah, that's something that the label had, showed me how to do, and was actually that's what they're doing now. You know what I'm saying? So I can target those actual crowds that is interested. But it's crazy because those was the crowds that I thought was probably like not even, you know what I'm saying? Like that I wasn't even really getting plays in or certain shit like that.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, Detroit one of the the least on the list.
Where are you seeing it from right now? Your main audience?
Like more up north, like out like East Coast. You know what I'm saying? And you got like West Coast. Don't get me wrong, it's still certain shit I like up here, Detroit, Chicago, Indiana, and all that shit where I get it from, but they're like on the bottom.
Has the content shifted for you? I mean, you're saying like there's a growth happening, a transformation happening. What are people going to be able to hear from like the new sound of you?
More the real me, more like reality. Cause like a lot of the shit that I experience and I be like in a rap about, cause it'll be like a mood, like a, in the exact moment type of thing. Like, all right, I'm about to go record and rap about what's going on the last week or two. It's like everybody don't feel that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It might be nice how you put it together, but that ain't something everybody want to listen to every day.
Yeah.
So the reality shit, and then you got to think, like, that's what really helped me through a lot of my problem was listening to that kind of music. So I feel like I could do the same thing.
What's some things that when you come back to Detroit you have to do when you get back here?
Go to Coney, go to Bucharest, if that's how you say it. I don't never thought I said it right the whole time.
Bucharest?
Yeah, some shit. Yeah, I said it right.
Bucharest?
Yeah, and shit. Link with the guys. I don't see them that often.
What clothing stores do you hit when you get here?
A lot of my homeboys got their own brands now, so like I really be focused on that. I don't really like gotta go to no stores and that like that.
You've been maintaining your personal life well. Like, did you like settle down more, or like are you still free willy nilly?
Yeah, I'm definitely. I was in some toxic shit before, so I was kind of sleeping on like fuck that shit. I'm just doing me, but I'm definitely more settled down. I found somebody who feel like got me in their best interest, so I'll really be focused on that.
Toxic days are over.
Toxic days over for me. That shit, it's too tiring. It's too much energy put into it.
Not everybody knows. Everybody's terms of toxic are different.
You know how much energy it take for you to be mad, or how much energy and time you waste on being mad or having to go through a situation that be like, especially over the pettiest shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody want to keep living like that.
Yeah.
You goddamn gonna get back cool with the motherfucker. Gonna be right back. You know what I'm saying? You gonna want some pussy. You gonna get back cool. You gonna be right back in love with the motherfucker, and then here come the toxic shit again. That shit ain't it.
It doesn't stop.
It don't stop. Some people grow, and you give them time to, mature, and hopefully it just chill. But in my case, it didn't.
Yeah. You gotta have like I think you gotta have like a 3-strike rule. I think you gotta have like, all right, this was like a real, like strike one, it has to be bad. Like the situation has to be bad. But strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, all right, look, it's just not working. There's three times of majorly bad things happening.
Nowadays, I'm only giving them one.
One thing?
Because you ain't got to tell a motherfucker how to do right, fam. Motherfuckers know what's right from wrong, and motherfuckers know if you don't like certain shit or don't do this. The same way a motherfucker gonna expect it from you.
No.
I ain't raising you. Like, you ain't my little brother or little sister. You ain't my motherfucking kid. So we too grown for all that.
I think they call it babysitting.
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
All that breakup to makeup shit did, all that weird, that shit just be too much, fam.
Yeah.
Can't go like that.
Especially when you're in the music industry, man. The last thing you need is somebody distracting your life, bro. Like, even for a half a fucking second, bro. You know what I'm saying? Have you been watching what's happening with Detroit music as of late? You know, the new rise of these cats that are coming up. You got the Skilla Babies, the Baby Faces.
Mm-hmm.
Flint Cats are taking off. What's your perception on what's happening with Detroit music right now?
I'm a fan of it. I always been a fan of it. Anytime something good happen in another city, I support it.
No.
Like, even if it's people I don't like or whatever, like, I'ma still support them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want them to prevail out the city. It only make the city look good. It don't matter if it's goddamn whoever, you know what I'm saying? As long as they doing it for the city. A lot of motherfuckers do the music and then they go elsewhere. And, a lot of people move from the city, go to other cities and do music, kind of like how I did. But I still want it to be like, you know what I'm saying? I want to do it for the city.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look at Cash Doll. Cash Doll bounced to Atlanta, but she still drops tapes, and it's like all kind of Detroit formulated.
Yeah.
Gets people from Detroit on the tapes and whatnot.
Yeah, sometimes you don't even, like, you get these artists who go some places and then they instantly do, like, they'll start throwing oops and everything for motherfuckers who ain't even, contributed to their career. Like, motherfuckers they just meet. Other than people in the city who they've been around for a long period of time.
I'm not gonna lie, or just like weird, like even when Scoob went on No Jumper, like No Jumper, like kind of disrespected Scoob, like Adam from No Jumper disrespected Scoob, and then he went back on it and they like made amends, and I was like, man, if you had said something wrong again, they would have done it again, bro. Like, I don't know what.
Adam has be wilding on his show.
Bro, this guy is shooting crazy stuff, man. This guy's making pornos and threesomes and like, come on now. And like, not only that, but like, I'm pretty sure he's had like, what's it called on his show? Confederates and shit like that. Like, or, yeah, like he's been doing, he has like some crazy ass guests. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. And like, a lot of the stuff he does, like if that was in Detroit, a lot of people would be like, stay the fuck away from that motherfucker. But it's like a thing where
he the only nigga I be seeing having like porn stars and
fucking porn stars.
Yeah, like he be having a lot of crazy shit on the show. I met Adam once when I was actually with school.
For real?
He seemed like a cool nigga. I didn't know he was into all that kind of shit. Like at the time when I met him.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't sound like everything a Detroit artist talks about. That doesn't sound like the thing to connect to.
Yeah.
If you are a Detroit artist, doesn't make. But that just proves to you that clout sells. Like I gotta go here to get clout.
Definitely.
So I gotta go do that.
Motherfuckers doing anything for clout nowadays too.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Clout can be dangerous. You know, keep chasing the wrong clout, and you know what I'm saying. You get what you ask for.
Yeah.
I try to stay away from the kind of thing.
When they everybody was kind of contemplating about TJX and Cash Quan. I don't know if you've seen they had like they had both separately talked about each other on podcasts, and then
I thought they were cool.
Huh?
I thought that was cool.
Well, they both were talking about each other on like separate podcasts, and there wasn't good stuff they were saying about each other.
Yeah.
And then it looked like Cash Quan 2 days ago seen TJX outside, and he confronted him, and it was just like a squabble. And then they like TJ kind of just walked away, but everybody's like, "Is this real? Is this fake? Is this real? Is this fake?" Like nobody knows what's real or what's fake.
They be pulling them kind of stunts on Instagram though.
Yeah,
I've seen that kind of shit happen before between them two.
Like fake beefs or
like just doing a whole bunch of crazy shit.
What do you think about fake beefs? You think it's like just fuck it fun and just
shit, man? It's a waste of time. I don't know. It might work for other people. I couldn't never do no shit like that.
Yeah.
There's too many motherfuckers out here who really don't like you if you want to beef with somebody. Like,
yeah, but nobody wants to get hurt. That's the whole thing about it. And then you got obviously, I mean, even with you're working with Vezo now, and the Eminem thing happened where we finally touched base. Eminem touches base with Vezo, so you got to see that from an outside perspective. How'd you feel when you saw that?
I mean, it was cool. I never really looked at Eminem like, I don't know. Everybody be looking at him like he just made, like when I be out of town and people speak of Detroit music, like if they don't really know too much, like obviously they ain't gonna know what we know. They always think of like Eminem, which I understand that because he one of the biggest things that ever come out of here. But he not like in the city. Who cut on Eminem? Like, in places we be in or places that I be in or whatever, like don't nobody cut on Eminem or don't nobody be like, oh, Eminem like inspired me. Like the only thing I think he inspired a motherfucker to do was just get rich, not like no crazy music or no crazy story behind the music that make a motherfucker feel away. Like
turning yourself into a complete brand and just like selling, like the guy's music. I mean, I think he was like top 10 on YouTube streams of all time.
I mean, he's one of the biggest like artists in the world.
For sure.
I would say.
Yeah.
He
easily, bro.
You can't take that away from him. He's talented as fuck, and I do love the fact that he from the city. Like it's good for us. It make us look good.
Well, do you think 8 Mile the movie was like the most representation of Detroit ever made? Or do you think there was like another? Was there ever like a Detroit movie that represented Detroit? Is like
Buffed Up.
Jackpot the Juice.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You got Buffed Up. You got motherfucking what's the other one?
Paid in Full. I don't know.
No, Paid in Full. You talking about Paid in Nigga, Paid in Full all in New York.
Oh, my fault. Shout out New York.
That one of my favorite movies too though.
Paid in Full.
Paid in Full, Blue Hill Avenue, Casino.
Casino's incredible.
Yeah, that's one of them real gangsters right there.
Hell yeah. What's your favorite gangster movie of all time?
Blue Hill Avenue.
I never even seen that. Who's in that?
I forgot the niggas' names. I don't know their names.
Is it like a Hollywood movie or is it like an underground?
I mean, a lot of the characters who was in it is Hollywood now, but it was like it's an older movie. I don't know at the time what they was or who they was. But
Speaking of toxic, Casino was literally based off like a toxic ass relationship.
Yeah.
De Niro's character was being torn down by his wife.
And fake ass homeboys.
Fake? What? Yeah. Wait, which friends do you think were fake? I feel like Joe Pesci was real.
Man, he definitely wasn't real. He fucked his homie, bitch. And goddamn,
Forgot about that.
He fucked his homie. Not my bad. I keep saying bitch.
You good?
He fucked his homie wife. He goddamn was ruining his reputation, knowing that he the face of the company and all that shit. He the reason that all this shit coming in. He was supposed to just play the background and do what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
He couldn't stay in his lane.
Well, I think what Joe wanted to do was, like he said, he wanted to plant his flag. Like, he wanted to take over, basically. That was, like, Joe Pesci's whole point. Is like, if you just listen to me, we'll have it all for ourselves instead of always sending something to the guys upstairs. Like, that was, like, his whole premise.
But if you look at the people who really the bosses, you don't see them, like, they not loud like that. They don't do the kind of shit he was doing in that movie.
That's true.
You got to learn how to play the background. The bosses was telling them that.
That's true.
You can get there, but you just got to chill.
Isn't it crazy that the reason, like, the last straw was him fucking De Niro's wife? That was literally, like, the last
But
straw.
you know out there, like, in that mob business, how they don't tolerate that kind of shit. Yeah.
They should do that everywhere. Like, it's in the Bible.
See, that's why I don't be fucking with niggas, because these niggas just be green, fam. Like, they'll be a number one homie, and as soon as they get the chance to, they'll fuck your life up.
I would never hook up with my friend's girl.
Yeah, that's some disloyal ass shit. If they want to be shared, then cool. If she don't want to be shared, you gotta let that be.
Never. But some people even trip if you like follow your friend's girlfriend. Like, oh, why are you following my girlfriend? Fam, but it's like it's Instagram, man. What's the big deal?
See, I got mixed feelings about that. Cause for one, I don't even like niggas be like when my girl come around my niggas and shit. Like, don't call her sis. She ain't your motherfucking sister. You know what I'm saying? Like all that. You know how niggas is. That shit really like a flirting type of thing. At least that's how I feel. But as far as following my feelings, nah.
No follows?
What you following her for?
I don't know. I don't know why I do it.
If I'm following the female, it's because I like what she posts. I want to see when she posts.
I don't know why I do it.
Niggas be sneaking a little heart. You know they got the shit on the story now where you can heart the story.
Yeah. Takes you to the top.
Niggas gon' you ain't gotta send a DM no more. I like that. Yeah. I feel like liking a story is kind of like a DM because it go to the DM.
I've had some of my friends' girlfriends like hit me up and just be like, it won't be anything like sexual or flirtation, but like just don't tell my boyfriend that we talked though. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
they trying to see if you could, keep your word for right now so they can try you.
Oh shit, it's a long play. All right. It's the long play.
You gotta be careful, man.
Yeah,
you gotta, watch L around your bitch. Cause
No. I'm done with that lifestyle. That toxic lifestyle, that lifestyle of just banging everybody's girlfriends and vibes, I'm done with it, man. It didn't take me anywhere. It was fun as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. That shit was hilarious. That was part of the fun part about like a mini celebrity lifestyle. Is you get to just slide in DMs and you're not an average Joe, so you get more access. More girls are like, oh, you got credibility. You're like all over the world.
Yeah.
And I bet. Versus like if you're just like some guy with 300 followers, it's fucking hard.
That's why I don't like talking to females offline, like, from the internet. It's kind of like they get a perception of you already, and that's why they want to fuck with you. Like I didn't experience that a lot.
Well, because you have kind of a flashy lifestyle on Instagram, to some degree.
Yeah, I've been trying to like water that down though, because I feel like people be paying attention more than that than the music, and it's like I don't got my platform for that. Like I don't want you to know me for being flashy. I want you to know me because of my, my work.
But it's also that they think you're successful, which means a lot to people, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So how do you represent success without showing money or showing like financial status?
I mean, I really don't know. like unless you like, it just depends on the kind of person you is, like what you successful for. You know what I'm saying? Because certain shit gonna speak for itself. But as an artist, unless people see it, I feel like they just don't take it serious because you got a lot of artists who struggle every day. There's even artists who already made it, they still struggle. Only you got to think, expenses might be $700,000-800,000 a year. Some people only bringing in that, or don't even bring in that much. Like as over time, you gain those expenses, especially being an artist. Or you might have it this year, you might have a hot ass year. You know, you might go on a little run, fall off, and now you can't. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to go back down to the hungry stages and try to get back right. But once you fall off in the music, it's kind of hard to get back.
Very hard, right?
So, you know, and then the longer you take off is.
Without naming any names, how many artists have you seen fall off and come back stronger than when they were on in the first place?
About a good 2, 3.
So
you talking about Detroit or like just overall?
We'll go with Detroit. Fell off and came back strong.
Like 2.
You think 2 artists from Detroit fell off and came back strong?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, it can happen for sure.
There's also a lot of people who fell off and can't get back.
Oh yeah, plenty. It sucks to see it, you know, because you're just like, and then like their ego is still at the same level as like when they were succeeding. It's like, unfortunately, the rap game is market value. Yeah. Which sucks to say that, but it is the truth.
It don't go off the talent no more for sure.
Yeah, it's market value.
Go off everything else.
So like when you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not. When you're like cool, you're cool. Like whatever it is, but you know, people sense that and they feel that and. You can throw people the wrong way, and it sucks though because you feel like you are the shit sometimes. But you're
I mean, it's nothing wrong with being confident. You know what I'm saying? Like you're supposed to believe in yourself. You're supposed to feel like you're the one.
Yeah.
But you also gotta know like it's another motherfucker who really the one, and it's gonna outshine you at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't always. I don't know. You just gotta have a certain type of humble to yourself. Yeah. Especially with being an artist. There's been plenty of times when. Like I might be around an artist who want to be an artist, but not even like recording a song yet. I'm gonna still treat him the same way as if he was an established artist because he can, you know, be that. Like, and you never know the type of position he might be in. He might pass you. True. That's that happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's how I be having them kind of relationships because I network with everybody the same. You know what I'm saying? I show that same love, and it ain't about money with me. Like, if I don't like gotta come out no money for this situation. It's really off the face, you know what I'm saying? As long as my time being appreciated, that's all I feel like. As long as your time being valued and not being wasted, it really ain't about the money.
Has anybody got a chance to listen to like sneak peeks of your new tracks or anything like that? So nobody's heard any of your new material yet?
Nope.
Have you listened to any of finalized stuff, or is nothing finalized yet?
The shit that is, I don't think I want to give y'all that. You want to snip it? You want to snip it or something?
Well, I was gonna ask you, like, have you heard it and felt strong about it? Like, have you felt like, all right, now we're like on the right track here, or like this is the sound I'm looking for?
For sure.
That's cool.
I got a couple of them. That's really what I've been on, like just finding myself, you know, taking my time with the music, not just going in that bitch drunk and feeling the vibe and rap. Like really just taking my time out, planning the song, you know, making the topic, you know, just actually formatting it the right way. All that shit new to me. I rap about a million things on one record and think that bitch so raw, but then other motherfuckers will tell me like, man, you lost me at like 30 seconds of the song.
Really?
So yeah, just making sure you, like I say, you do it right, it'll last longer.
Yeah, and you also have to. I mean, you've done a lot of numbers. So you've done numbers with your music, and we're just talking about what we see off YouTube. Obviously, you have other platforms that you get way more streams on and everything like that. Yeah. But you've proven that there is a fan base for what you're doing. Yeah. Now, to get it to the masses, it just depends if you needed an adjustment or just more exposure, right?
Definitely. I feel like it's more, I mean, kind of both. Because you're never going to be the best. You're never going to be too good. It's never going to be, oh, this is my best, this is my, like, you can only get better. That's like, you're going to progress the more you keep going. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the people who, like, they be too comfortable with their sound or they feel too comfortable with the way that they do shit. And sometimes it works for those kind of people, but if you look at the ones who really get far and the people who get successful, they'll tell you themselves, they always got to reinvent themselves. They always got to keep going. They can never get too comfortable and feel like, oh, I'm just so much him that it's just going to pop regardless.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Drake reinvent himself still, and he the number, like, he at the top. You know what I'm saying? So you can't have that kind of mindset.
Yeah.
And that's really where I am with the music. I don't get too comfortable no more.
I wonder if Drake is like really a brand though, and like he has everybody like making sure he's relevant versus figuring out how to stay relevant through talent. That's kind of an interesting thing I always wonder. Is there anything you want to shout out before we sign off, bro?
I want to shout out to everybody who working with me, everybody on the team, everybody who support what a nigga do.
Yeah.
New project coming out, don't got a date. New singles coming out. Yeah, all social medias, Jullio, JYJULLIO.
Sure. Appreciate you being a part of this. Hopefully we can hear that tape. When's the tape dropping? You don't have like a close, relevant, like December 30th?
We gonna be dropping something soon. We gonna drop a few things soon. But as far as the project, I'm probably, because I don't want to rush it.
Singles first though?
Yeah, singles first.
Okay, cool. So look forward to seeing that, man. Tell Vezo I said what up.
For sure.
We're at Parallel Sound Studio. Jullio is in the building. Stay tuned for the new tracks dropping. We're out.